Hey there, everyone. Today's video is going to be a punk rave haul, and I'm going to be briefly joined by Mr. Phillips here because he got a jacket in this particular haul, and he's going to kind of give a mini review of it because I did see a few comments recently on my channel about how I only talk about women's fashion. The main reason for that is I am a female and I predominantly wear female clothes, but I do understand that there is a gap within alternative clothing and the representation of the males within the subculture. So if you do end up liking the inclusion of men's clothing, then do let me know and I will include more in the future. So the item that Mr. Phillips got from Punk Rave is this jacket. It is a... You talk about it. Or do you want me to describe it?
I have no idea how to describe stuff.
If you know what if you know the movie Fifth Element, he's Corbin Dallas. Like, everybody calls him Corbin Dallas because he acts the same.
Word of the day.
Yeah, word of the day. Doesn't like to talk. So this is a semi-trench coat made of a heavy velvet. It reaches between the hip and the knee on him, but he is 6'5", almost 6'6", so he is quite tall. He did get a double XL because he has a large chest and he does bodybuilding, so it's like it wasn't really viable to go with the large or the extra large, which would fit his waist measurements. So I do recommend with this particular coat, go with the chest and shoulder measurements because there is ample room within the arms and the waist area. So how does it feel on? Like, what is its warmth scale?
Really warm, but I get hot easily. So
he's from New Zealand, so it's a colder country and
definitely good in cold, I guess. I don't know, but it feels nice.
The material is definitely luxurious. It's not that kind of cheap velvet that you can get. This is incredibly heavy velvet. It's better than upholstery quality, and upholstery quality velvet it's impeccable. The buttons on this I will have to re-sew back because there is only a couple little stitches holding them on, so I just like to reinforce buttons. It is a pet peeve of mine when buttons come off. They always come off at the worst times too.
Yeah.
So I will redo those. Also, the jacket has these gorgeous Baroque filigree kind of designs on the sleeve. It's really, really nice, and it has these vampire points kind of on the end of it. It's another one of those jackets that reminds me of Interview with a Vampire. Actually, that's what we said when we...
Yeah, it looks very similar.
Yeah. Have you got anything else to say about said piece?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's definitely a beautiful piece of men's clothing. It's elegant, yet also has the sense of manly structure to the shoulder area, and just, I don't know, I really like this. It's very vampiric. So anyway, he's probably going to disappear now, and I will continue with the rest of the video. Okay, so the reason why he had to scoot off from here, one, he's awkward and doesn't really like to, he doesn't talk much in general life. He's just not much of a talker, hence why people call him Corbin Dallas. Two, because the next item I'm going to show you is what I think I'm going to be wearing for my wedding dress. He has sort of seen it, but I don't want him to see it on, so I will actually block his YouTube account from seeing the video. I know that sounds really horrid, but I know this is superstition that the groom is not supposed to see the bride's wedding dress, blah blah blah. So this is what I have gotten to wear for the wedding. And this is a off-the-shoulder dress. It's made of the same velvet as the jacket that we just hauled for him. I have tried this on to see the fit, and I will probably take it in a little bit on the waist. I did get this in a size small, but I will take it in on the waist. It is a little bit tight on the bust area, but I plan on losing weight for the wedding, so strongly hope that my bust size will go down in the meantime. But this is like a two-part dress. It almost looks like a velvet little black dress on top, but it has this lace underlayer, which when you get a bustle underneath or a big petticoat, it puffs out into this large, magnificent kind of dress. As I said, this is made of the same heavy velvet as the other jacket, so it's an incredible quality of velvet. It has this ruching around the bust area that leads out into an off-the-shoulder fit. From there, there is lacing attached to the side, so it drapes over the arms, covers my insecure areas. I don't really like my upper arms. And also there's this detailing down the center. It's a lace panel that has been sewn on, so it looks like embroidery. I saw someone on Instagram wear this as a wedding dress just after I had picked this one out, so it made me feel a little bit better that I had made a good decision with what I was going to be wearing. Incredibly comfortable too. Like, that's the best thing, is that I'm not going to be wearing some incredibly beautiful but uncomfortable dress. It's beautiful and comfortable. The next item I got is this pair of pants, and they are currently covered in dog fur because my dogs are shedding at the moment, as we are now in summer. So these are a like military cargo pant that have this really cool tapering down the bottom. They taper into a tight skinny fit around the calf. 3/4 of the calf area is a tight fit, and the rest of it is a relaxed cargo fit, and I think it's really cool, the juxtaposition of the different kinds of fit within the same pair of pants. Also, they are completely asymmetrical. The detailing on the left hand side is completely different from the detailing on the right hand side, and I don't know, I think this is like so incredibly cool. I've never seen pants that look like this in the past, so this is something different and I love it. I'm having so much fun styling these. I've already worn them twice and two completely different outfits. I love it. The second last item that I got is a new release blouse that is, oh, so beautiful. It's from a steampunk collection that was recently released by RAVE. So it's very similar to a few of my blouses, with the fact they are black blouses with a lot of ruffling detail in the center. However, this ruffling detail, it's made of a polyurethane leather-like material with these grommets and studs all over them in a aged bronze color, so it gives that real steampunk kind of vibe. Also, the buttons, with the fact they are decorated also with the aged bronze color, and also the top part, the shoulder part of the sleeves. It features these big poofy kind of sleeves. I did mention a similar kind of blouse in my last ReeRee video as well, and this particular shirt will look great with vests. I also bought myself 2 vests from ReeRee recently to go with blouses like this, so I can't wait till they arrive, and this is going to be one of the shirts that I'm going to immediately pair it with. The last item I got is this skirt, and it is very corporate goth. I have also been requested to do a corporate goth lookbook a couple times, so if that's something you would like to see, then just pop that in the comments down below. And if I get enough response to it, I'll go ahead and do that as well. So this is a mid-length, what's called a mermaid cut skirt, with the fact that it figure hugs down to just above the knees and then flares out with this ruffling detail. So the front has this massive lace panel that is very heavily detailed down the front, and it also kind of runs with the curves of the body. And then the back of it has this fishtail corsetting down the front, and this is another way to make it a bit more figure hugging and really tailored to your personal figure and the way you like it to fit. It's not restrictive at all with walking. I know that some mermaid cut items can be restrictive with the movement of the knees, but this one I haven't experienced anything with. So all these items that I got were in the size small, and they all fit perfectly true to size. The only thing I noticed with sizing was with this particular blouse. It's made of extreme stretch cotton, but when you first get it, it's quite small. You've got to stretch it out, and then after you've washed it once, it stays exactly like that from there on out. That's the only thing to mention. So if you do get this particular blouse and think it's extremely tight, it does kind of adjust to your size. It's just the type of material it's made of. So I hope you enjoyed this haul video and the inclusion of my partner for his particular item. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I'd love to be here for every single video. Like this video if you like this haul, comment down below if there's something you'd like to see on this channel. Also, what was your favourite item? And if you all have a fantabulous day. I don't like doing this in front of people. Stop making me nervous.
How am I supposed to do that?
Stop it!
What am I doing?
Talk to the camera.
It's so awkward because it's like I'm usually on the other side.
I know.
Feels like I'm just talking to a screen.
Well, essentially that's what we are doing
I know.
until it gets...
It just feels so weird because watching a video, it feels like they're talking to you, whereas now I'm just talking to a camera.
See why it took me so long to come to play over the camera?
Maybe we should get some people cutouts. Might make it easier.
Wouldn't you feel more insane though, like talking to cardboard figures?